Okay, folks, I'll start as we get our technical difficulties going on. Welcome to the Internet Apps and Social Media Conference. It's wonderful we're here in the beautiful space of Launch, so give our good friends at Launch applause. So the main reason of this is really trying to get us to build up and hone our skills in the world of the internet. It's so interesting. 30 years ago, if you said the word internet or World Wide Web, people wouldn't even know what the hell you were talking about. But now, this has been an amazing piece of how to get information out there to get people. And so many of us have organizations, many of us have many small businesses, many of us rely on this. Do I have anybody here who can talk about being 30 years ago and not having the internet in their lives? Can you share your experience or what you remember back to those prehistoric days? And I know we have some younger people here like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, we had dial-up. Y'all ever heard of dial-up? Where it made a bunch of noise and you had to get online. AOL, yes. Prior to that, we just had the big, what we call pregnant monitors, the black screen. There wasn't really much we could do. I came up in an age where I'm seeing both.
Yes.
I was able to come up and see nothing, and then all of a sudden everybody had tech and cell phones. So this is amazing to be a part of this particular generation.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Jackie, putting you on the spot. Go for it.
Well, when I was growing up in high school, technology class was really learning how to type on a computer. That was it. But that's all it could do, and print. That was a novel for us because we were used to writing on paper and turning our papers in that way. I remember the college I chose, every student would get a computer, and they talked about this thing called internet and email, and I didn't understand. I couldn't grasp the concept of what that meant. It just sounded so foreign to me. So college was actually the first time I experienced the internet. So I was almost an adult.
And one of our most senior advisors for the Greatest Minds is here, Mr. Damien. He's been with us for a long time. Any comments you'd like to share?
Well, I remember how I guess it was 35 years ago, we got really excited that we were able to get a used memory typewriter that had memory cards that were magnetic, and we could type stuff and then type multiple copies, and that was, before pre-internet.
So let me tell you, I'm a Generation Xer, so I want to let you guys know this is that back in the day, like, you had to go to the bank to get money from 8 to 4. There was no such thing as an ATM. So 8 to 4, if you didn't go to the bank, and the bank was open from Monday through Friday, and I think some Fridays they closed at 3 or something like that. So you had to go in, take money out physically, go in and take, and all that other stuff. There was something called the Christmas Club. Anyone remember the Christmas Club? All right, some of y'all might know. Christmas Club was when, this is how you saved money for the Christmas holiday. Is that you and your grandmother would always put $20 a month on this little thing, and at the end of the time, by Christmas, you'll have $500. This is the way things kind of worked back in the day. Also, I used to have a pen pal. So I would write a letter to my pen pal who lived in Japan. Put it in the mail. Be excited 14 days later, 15 days later to get a response back. Another 15 days later, get a response back. That is how we communicate.
But my grandparents, they saved their letters, and so it's actually good to have, in some cases, to do it the old school way, so that you have something to pass down. Especially if you like it.
That you're thanking somebody, definitely.
Exactly.
Exactly,
yeah.
We had 5 years ago, too.
So what we're going to do, we're just going to go around the room, and I'll start with myself and just say who we are and just talk about, how about this? We're just going to have fun, like, how many followers do you have on your different accounts? All right? So I'll start first, all right? I have a lot. So, no, I won't start. I'm just going to say, hi, my name is George Greenwich. I'm a PhD student here and president of Greatest Minds and involved with SIF. And I'm so glad to be here. But I'm going to tell my numbers at the end. All right, we're going to start with you.
Hey everybody, I'm Jacob Holston.
Just say your major too.
A managerial science major with a minor in entrepreneurship. My followers on Instagram is like, I think somewhere around 400, I believe. And I have Facebook, but I don't use it anymore, so I can't tell you. And then I don't even have a Twitter, so yeah, I'm not very social media.
Okay.
Yep.
My name is Keisha. I'm a Georgia State Perimeter College alumni. I graduated last May. I'm going to be talking to you today about social media, so this will be an interesting conversation. You want followers across all platforms?
Yes.
Combined?
Nope. Say which one.
Instagram, I have 2 Instagrams. That totals about 28,000. On Facebook, I have a page and I have a regular page. I have about 25,000. Twitter, I don't do Twitter a lot, so I only have about 1,500 on Twitter. Pinterest is huge, and I was going to talk to you guys about this, but I get about 68,000 page views a month on my Pinterest page. Did I cover them all? I think that's the major one. So yeah.
I hope you guys know she's going to be our mini keynote right after a little later. So on those issues.
Good morning, I'm Jackie Slayton. I work in the Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning at CETO here at Georgia State. I work with Tiffany in the Learning Community Development section of that organization, and I think she's going to talk about that. I'm glad I'm here to listen to Keisha because I have a whopping 33 followers on Instagram.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, my name is Winston. I'm a CIS major, and believe it or not, I don't have an Instagram. I think social media is like a really big distraction, so I try to, stay away
It
from
can
that.
be.
But other than that,
Damian Whitaker, got my degrees from Georgia State last century, and I can probably count my followers on my fingers, but I'm able to keep the names right back up because they're
Hi, my name is Angela. I am an entrepreneurship major with a minor in CIS. Interesting story, I've been off social media for 4 years, and I just recently created an account probably about 2 months ago. So I was able to gain about 100 followers so far on Instagram. Don't have a Twitter. I do have Pinterest, but I kind of do it for personal reasons.
I'm Michael Black. I don't have any followers. I'm not on social media for the same reason as him. I lurk sometimes on my wife's account so I can get information, because sometimes people only post information on social media.
My name is Cameron Hines. I don't go here, but I met George and he invited me here, so I said, hey, why not? I'm going to encourage to learn something new. As far as Instagram, I just started last year, so I have like 150. I'm really finding out the potential of Instagram and social media, so I'm definitely trying to follow on to that. As far as Facebook, I don't have any followers, but I have friends. I mean, it's the same thing or not?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so it's around 1,000, something like that. Most of them probably don't know, so I'm not going to count them as real or fake. Twitter, I'm on Twitter, but I don't use it just because it's too many social media apps and I at least focus on 1 or 2. So yeah, it's just Facebook and Instagram for me.
Who wants Donald Trump always in your feed?
Yeah.
On Twitter. Go for it.
Hey, I'm Leah. I'm a Georgia State student. I am a public policy major with a concentration in nonprofit leadership. I have about 800 followers on Instagram. I'm maxed out on Facebook, but I don't use it any longer. So, sometimes I get on and say hey to my fam and, the people that follow me, but I really haven't used it since I've been in college, so it's mostly like people from high school and my family and other just people that I accumulated. I love Twitter, but I don't really use it to I don't know, like really network, which I kind of want to. I'm just real nervous. You know, everybody always has something come back up from Twitter. It'll be a tweet, so I'm a little nervous about that one. But I have around 500 followers on there. I follow around 150. Pinterest, I did not even know that you could follow or have followers on Pinterest, which lets me know that I'm not doing that right. And is there any other social media? You know, Groupie doesn't let me have friends, but I would have all of them follow on Groupie.
It's good with that if you're that group in the conversation as well, okay? And we have a couple more people that just joined us. We're just saying who we are, if you go to school here or not, what kind of work you do, and who follows you on what, and what numbers of followers you have on different accounts.
All right, so good day, y'all. My name is Jay Sneed, prospective master's student here, not enrolled just yet, in the CMI program, entrepreneur, content creator, and let's see, for, I guess to say, I write comic books and create media and stuff like that. So for my Instagram, I probably have like 9,000 followers. In Facebook, I have 2,000 or 3,000 people that follow me. But I think my thing is sustainability and consistency. I have a project that's pretty popular and in a very lazy way, people promote it for me, but I don't control my message. And so now we're getting to where some of my projects have a little bit more professional business opportunities. I'm finding out, like, I should have been doing this 2 or 3 years ago. Now the question I'm always getting when I'm in these pitch meetings is how many followers you have. And I have a lot better reach than I control. And so my thing to come here today was to kind of look at the best opportunity to try to consolidate my message across platforms. Twitter, I mean, I have some very popular people following, but I don't follow them back. Same Pinterest and things like that. I've got maybe like 100 on Pinterest. I use Pinterest more for research than to interact. I've seen it might be an opportunity. And yeah, some cool stuff coming up. So just trying to figure out the best route to focus on.
Cabell, can you go for a couple more? Then we'll get you guys.
I think I missed the introduction part.
Just say who you are, what's your major, and what followers that you have in your accounts.
My name is Cabell Bahailu, marketing major. I'm most active on Instagram. I probably run 5 different accounts. Collectively, I probably have 12K. I'm present on like Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Pinterest, Tumblr. I'm also on like Poshmark, so I don't know if you know. Just have like a real niche following, but that's more so for business. But I try to like keep presence on those other platforms, even though I'm not as active, just for like business reasons. But yeah.
Sasha, want to jump in? And then I'm going to go right there to you guys again. Young man, you're first, so be ready to talk about your account. Young man.
Oh, I'll talk.
Put him on the spot. Go for it.
Okay. My name is Sasha, and I'm a senior journalism major. I am most active on Instagram. I am into fashion art magazines, so that's pretty much, I guess the most successful for me. I use Twitter. I only have like a couple hundred followers on Twitter, but I follow a lot of people. I'm not active on Pinterest and I use Facebook a lot. I work for like 600 on my business page on that. Yeah, even though I use social media a lot, I'm really terrible at it. So I don't use it. I'm not active on it as much as I should be. And I'm more so a consumer on social media, so it's really, really hard for me to stay in the mindset of a business person. Yeah, so I follow a lot more people than follow me, but it kind of works for me right now until I'm ready to just hone in on the.
Sasha brings up a very good point. How many people feel that, Keisha, I'll let you just jump in before we jump to everyone else. How many people feel like, they're on social media, but they're not good at it? All right. So I don't know if that's something that you come across people kind of feel or say when they look for people about trying to increase their social media presence.
That and the fact that I hear a lot of social media is a time suck. Social media only is a time suck if you allow it to be. You have to use social media. You can't let social media use you. You have to leverage the platforms and these tools and use a little bit of psychology to make it position you where you want it to be. It's a great tool because it's free. And you have this captive audience of billions of people who will listen to what you have to say if you have something good to say. It's not so much that you're not good at it, because it's really a simple matter of consistency. Like I think I heard somebody said, consistency is sticking to what you know. But as far as the time suck, I hear that a lot, and I get offended because I'm like, no, you're only letting it be a time suck. But no, we'll talk about that. But I think this will be helpful, what I have to present today.
Give you a little preview of what's in the room.
Yeah.
Please, jump right in.
My name is Elizabeth. I'm part of the Entrepreneurship Program. I'm part of all of the social media apps in some way, but I don't really utilize them the way I want to in business. It's more of just trying to get information, and I really would like to learn how to make money off of social media. But right now it's disorganized, and I have the same situation where I'm just trying to figure out how to use it, give a consistent message, and get more followers.
Yes.
Hi, good morning. My name is Pat. I'm a graduate student here, and I have like 600 followers or friends or whatever you want to consider on LinkedIn. Other than LinkedIn, I'm not really popular. And this is my son, Matt. He's a dual enrollment student between here and APS. And we're here trying to figure out how to do social media. He has his own YouTube channel. So we're kind of
Good. Well, hopefully through sometime today, we'd like to see your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Young man. All right, we're gonna put you on the spot and be a presenter you put on your resume. Okay, so be ready. We're gonna give you some time. You're gonna tell us when you're ready. Okay?
He only has a few videos.
It's all right. We'll see one. We'll see one. Okay. I'm gonna go first, and I'll have Tiffany go, and then we're gonna go right into our quick program of this welcome. My name is George Chip Greenwich. On LinkedIn, I have 5,000 people. On Facebook, on 2 accounts, I have 5,000. I have 2,000 on one of them, and one of those fan pages, when they were called fan pages, but they're really not. But I have I think 3,000 on that. Instagram, I have 5,000. Twitter, maybe 600. And any more accounts out there? IG, I think I might have said that. Maybe 4,200. So that's where I stand. I think I'm I see some people, with 50,000. And I'm like, how did I get that? I get really happy when I get 2 new followers in a day on my Instagram. I get really happy. So those things that get me going. Tiffany, your turn.
All right. So hi everyone. I'm Tiffany Green Abdullah. I'm the Assistant Director of Learning Community Development in CEDAL, which is the Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning. I'm not Twitter, I just got 4 stuff to Twitter, probably close to 200. Instagram is almost 500. Facebook, whatever, probably 3,000, but I try to avoid Facebook because all my family are trolling. And let's see, Instagram is close to 500, and then LinkedIn is about 3,000. So I tend to spend more time on LinkedIn because I do a lot of partnership development and networking, and so it really works well for me. I got a whole bunch of suggestions for them on their messaging system and how to create an API and integrate it with all the other stuff. Pinterest, I have probably 170 followers. I just checked that, and I love Pinterest, but I use it for research as well. I am getting advice. We'll be working more with Keisha on my social media. And we're working on some projects together, and I'm also really researching Twitch, and mainly Twitch right now. I mean, YouTube still, we can create a lot of content on YouTube, but I'm really exploring Twitch and streaming and how to produce consistent content across Twitch. And I have a relationship with Twitch, and we're doing some things, hopefully in the future with Twitch.
Is Twitch Periscope?
No, Twitch is owned by Amazon now.
Okay.
It's the sort of gaming, streaming platform.
Okay.
GSU, we have a Twitch channel
Yeah.
that we mainly run. I think we just split it off into 2 trees. So we mainly run esports through Twitch and general educational content.
Okay, so Twitch is owned by Amazon, and Periscope I think is owned by Twitter. Because my mom is really big on Periscope, but she follows a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it's like lives, kind of like podcast but with the video.
Right. And that's what Twitch. You see like their computer, you see them, they're usually gaming, or they have a whole creative side of Twitch that people are like crocheting, sewing, doing all kind of weird stuff.
So Cabell, putting you on the spot, your small business that you're cutting up right now, is that all by online?
Yeah, everything is online.
Is that Poshmark?
That I have right now.
So how are you doing it? What program or?
What platforms am I using? So Facebook Marketplace, Poshmark, eBay, just like through my Instagram stories, like people just like contact me directly. eBay is like my primary source of like income. But yeah, I try to like diversify before I sell.
You resell?
Yeah, I resell.
Okay. So let me tell you about today. Today's main day is for us to learn more about the internet and how it affects our lives. Hello. And so today is just a day for us to learn from each other. We have many different people, students, different people from GSU here today. We're going to put you up in a second, so be ready. But we're just here just to talk and just learn from each other and look at ways that we can really do this. Today we received support from CETL, from the hardware support grant. We have 2 CETL representatives here. Miss Jackie Wade and also Miss Tiffany Wade. So glad here. We also, the food is from the Student Government Association. So SGA. So this is your student fees at work. So eat, all right? All the little student fee money you pay, that's what that food is. So make sure you take 2 plates, all right? And then it is also supported by the Greatest Minds and the Student Innovation Fellow, which I am. So today from 9 to 7, we have a full schedule. We have things that we're talking about regarding, we have entrepreneurs that are showing up today to talk about how they use the entrepreneurs in social media and in their work. We have a presentation later on with career services. Anyone heard of Portfolio?
Yeah.
All right, anyone heard of Handshake?
Yeah.
How many of us are on Handshake right now, use it? Like this. All right, good. How many people have used Portfolio? All right. This is all part of our fees and services. And is it Optimal Resume? All right. How many people use Optimal Resume? Not too many. All right. So these are some of the things that we have a presentation on, how to use those things to get you linked up to new people on campus, and also there's something called Panther Information Network. It used to be called OrgSync. How many people use OrgSync? Remember OrgSync? 1, 2, 3. How many people use Panther Information Network? Oh God, what's the numbers? So we're going to learn about all those today and how to get your word out among campus and so forth and so forth. So that's my beginning, and then I'm going to push it over to Tiffany to talk about Internet of Things and also about the hardware grant and the support. And I still got to order those Amazon things. So we'll go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. So again, my name is Tiffany Green Abdullah with CETL, Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning. And CETL's primary function is to basically teach faculty how to teach. We're mainly there for faculty, but our team, Learning Community Development, really focuses on the student experience and creating innovative student programs. So they're learning communities. We sort of develop innovative learning communities for students and faculty to promote peer-to-peer learning. And then on the other side of the main community development, we do partnership development. We work with a lot of different corporations, nonprofits, civic organizations, and granting organizations to basically pay for those programs and create more innovative programs. So I've been at CETL for almost 4 years. I've been in Georgia State for 8 years. I was originally a project manager in the IT department before I moved over to CETL. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about we'll get to the tech hardware grant. So this event was paid for from Tech Fee, so your student dollars at work. And I usually propose a number of different initiatives for Tech Fee, so I'll talk about that. but since we're talking about IoT, I wanted to talk about the different programs that are sort of in our portfolio and learning community development. It looks like it showed better on my other screen. But one is Digital Learners to Leaders, which is this poster right here. I'll talk about that quite a bit. I'm also the faculty advisor to Panther Hackers, which is a student organization that's been on campus since 2015, of students who are interested in technology and using it for good, essentially. And they're a really diverse group of students. And then on the faculty side, this faculty and students are always welcome. I produce a series called Teaching for Social Justice and Democracy out of CEDO. We just did our last one for this spring, last Friday. We'll be sort of changing that up and offering some different things in the fall. So Digital Learners to Leaders is an interdisciplinary program, interdisciplinary and experiential learning program at Georgia State to enhance and develop digital literacy and digital leadership for our diverse student population. We were funded by the Silicon Valley Community Foundation through Cisco Social Responsibility, and we just completed also the last year's cohort. We just completed last Saturday, but we will be opening that up. These are some of our leaders. So we have two roles in Digital Learners to Leaders. We have leaders, which are basically project managers, student project managers that run a team of students. They are paid a stipend per semester, and we curate different industry professionals to come speak to them and teach them about different digital topics, including IoT, computational thinking, design thinking, ideation, as well as presentation skills. So when they come out of DLL, they really have a robust understanding of how to solve problems as well as how to communicate and be a leader. And these are some of the professionals that have had speaking, just a sample of them this last cohort. These are just some stats. It's totally different here. These are some stats. So we had 10 leaders this last cohort. We had 80 learners. 33 majors were represented in the program, so it's interdisciplinary, meaning any major can apply. Our top two majors are computer science and computer information systems. Our female to male ratio is 60 to 40. We got the funding really to help empower women students on campus, so we do tend to take more women into the program than men. We were nominated for two Technology Association of Georgia awards this last year. We have 14 industry leaders present to the students. We held 11 activities or sprints, what we call them, on Saturdays. And the students spent over approximately 400 hours on Digital Learners to Leaders. And it's a co-curricular program at this point, so they're doing this on top of classes and anything else they have going on. But I think they got a lot out of it. And we shared 36 other opportunities with them, and we were featured in 5 media articles just in the last year. EDUCAUSE, Education Dive, Phil Ventimiglia, who's our Chief Innovation Officer for GSU, on his blog. There's two other media sources we were featured in. One of our proudest moments is one of our teams, EcoDrop, won Hack GSU. So that was good, finally, not letting other schools come here and win. We won Hack GSU, and this is one of our other teams at the bottom, WeTime, who placed. These are the deadlines, the upcoming deadlines for Digital Learners to Leaders. If you would like to apply for the next cohort, it's only going to be one semester going forward. That just works better for students, and we're trying to make it more like a course in a sense that it has sort of a beginning and end for the semester. And then the top 2 teams will support them financially with mentorship, funding, etc. in the spring semester. And we continue to support all the groups, all the teams that come out if they want to continue their project ideas. We don't call it an entrepreneurship program, but entrepreneurship is an outcome of Digital Learners to Leaders.
I'm going to ask a question.
Yes.
Is it possible to figure out a way how to get just say a student signs up, but they can get like a 1-hour course credit for this? So we've started exploring those ways.
Yeah, we have a meeting we've been talking about course credit, so we have another meeting coming up.
But you think it might be coming in and
Yeah,
soon?
well, I mean, we have to, it's a whole lot that goes into
Yeah, I know.
course credit.
I
So money and yada. So we are, continuing to have that, the money.
Who gets the money, right?
Gets the money, that's a good question. And what academic unit, because CETA was not an academic unit,
Yeah.
we're more of an administrative unit, so we have to partner with an academic unit to offer.
So that would be maybe computer science or maybe
Arts and
E&I, our
science.
good friends at E&I, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, we talked to CMII and arts and science,
Yeah.
the majority of our students are
Yeah.
A&S students. But the applications open July 8th. You can go to our website and put in your personal, whatever email you check, put in that email address and you'll get notifications over the summer of all of our information sessions, when everything opens up, all of such information. So there's two roles. There's leaders, again, like you said, those are paid, and then there's learners, which are, students who participate on those project teams. And leaders really have to, show us that they have leadership skills and experience, project management skills, and we still, have workshops with those leaders as a collective. We almost do like a trainer session around project management and design thinking. So you get a lot of skills. I mean, most of the companies that I'm interacting with are, no matter what your major is, the biggest thing they're looking for is your ability to collaborate, your ability to present, to work as a team and to solve problems. And that's something that goes across all majors. We're also in CETO, and with our team specifically, I work very closely with our Chief Innovation Officer, Mr. Ventimiglia. And our goal within CETO and IIT is to help develop a digital university. So Digital Learners to Leaders is sort of part of that initiative to pilot and try out new ways of learning, new pedagogical or andragogical, depending on how specific you want to get, forms of teaching, so that we can integrate those into the larger GSU population. And this program is open to Atlanta campus as well as all perimeter students, and Keisha is actually a graduate, I guess, of Digital Learners to Leaders while she was at perimeter. So, so definitely check out our website. Also, all of our past recordings of all of our workshops are on our website. So every single workshop that we've done on user experience, user interface, design thinking, all of those are open to anybody to just review those. So and we got a few new partnerships coming up this next cohort. One is with the Center for Civil and Human Rights. We're going to open up the year or the semester with them to look at the history of Atlanta, to sort of go deeper with our students on what community means and the potential impact they can have. And then we'll also be examining and getting a sort of behind-the-scenes tour of the technology use within the Center for Civil and Human Rights, which they really use technology pretty effectively in that museum. So we'll be working with their tech team on that. And then Generator is a new organization developed by the gentleman who created the Beltline. And so we're going to be doing some networking workshops with them. So I guess the Student Hardware and Technology Grant, I'll talk about that, which funded this event. It's going to be $500 max per organization next year, just because we need to, since we started early, we're going to spread it out. You're only going to, so you have to be affiliated with a student board to apply for the money. And there's only going to be one per year. We'll try to do 2 rounds, so fall and spring. But if that student org has got money already from the fall, you can't really come back in the spring. So you got to figure out what you want to do. Applications will be open August 9th through the 25th. And the decisions will be made by student committees since this is tech fee funding. I received $25,000 in a tech fee proposal for this hardware grant for events and workshops or hardware. And the funds can be used for hardware. So you basically send me an Amazon cart and I order it, you come pick it up. Or you can do it for a workshop. So like if you want to pay for a speaker to come or something like that, that's hardware related. And then you are required, you're accepting the money, you're agreeing to submitting your sort of progress, your photos. If you have a worksheet like this, a workshop like this, you're going to be submitting photos, you're going to be submitting your list of people who came, so I can ensure that the thing actually happened that we paid for, right?
So make sure everyone signed in.
Yes, please. And in the corner is, sometimes we have different events that we go to, so I like to sort of highlight all of the different initiatives we have going on in our team. So you'll do a poster, and this is an example of one of the projects that we funded, which is a graduate computer science student who's developing an eBird. And so he submitted a poster that we displayed at the last, I think Pantherland was the last event that we had sort of a table and stuff at. But the reason behind the Student Hardware and Technology Grant is, again, as we developed the digital university, Georgia State, we do not have an engineering school, right? And I've been here 8 years, so I used to hear people all the time talking about, Georgia Tech and how they have this and we don't have, something. And so we're really trying to change that mindset to say, yeah, we might not have an engineering school, but we're the most innovative school, right? We're the number 2, y'all probably know all these stats, we're the number 2 most innovative school in the nation. So how we want to use this funding mechanism is to take our students who may have an interest in something that is Harvard related, where they need some tools, and be able to fund that. And there's no other way for students usually to fund these initiatives. If you want to create the next robot, if you want to develop the next Roomba, whatever it is that is solving a problem ideally for the community or society, we want to be able to incubate that with small amounts of money. And this is students funding student projects. We just try to put some framework around it so that you can, complete it and that we can elevate what you're working on through CETO and through our initiative. So that's, it's an opportunity for you all, and you've got some time to think about it. If you're not affiliated with a student board, but you've been tinkering with something in your basement, in your garage, connect with somebody like George, like Panther Hackers, Girls Plus Plus, ACM, IEEE, even sororities and fraternities. It doesn't have to be a tech club, because what we want to do is continue to develop that sort of ecosystem for innovation at Georgia State, and we have innovation throughout all of our different departments, including innovation, entrepreneurship and innovation. So we're always looking for that student with a great idea, and teach them how to do it, or show them, at least give them the supplies, right, to do the thing. And if you're in a program like Digital Learners to Leaders, you get even more support for being able to develop a project that involves IoT, digital technologies, but it must also impact the community or social issues. So that's a big part of learning community development. Is all of our programs are technology-based, or have some influence on technology, but it must impact social or community issues. That's very important. And given the diversity of our student population, we have the capacity to solve problems. Oftentimes it's people who struggle, right, who have to be the most creative. And usually that also allows them to be the most innovative. So utilize our skills and utilize our culture efficiently and effectively. So, anybody have any questions about any of that? No?
I just want to let everyone know is that today at 5 o'clock, through support of the Hardware Grant, we'll be having a good friend of mine who I knew in Boston, Moyo Okumi. I'm going to say that's it, right? But he has a book called The 7 Steps to App Success. He's developed several apps, and his first app, he was able to get 12 million downloads. And so he's now been able to quit his job, but he also has a book available. So the first 25 people that enter will get a copy of his book, an e-copy of his book. So I will get those names, we're gonna get all the emails down, and those are the first 25 will get a copy of the book, and I'll submit it to you guys, and we'll get it all done and so forth. Okay, so that's great. And we also have a representative from ENI. Put on spot, say hello, and just give us a 1-minute commercial as you always do.
I believe at 1 o'clock, Jackie Davis will be here to give a more formal presentation on what we do at ENI. But I'm the marketing manager there at ENI, but we are basically the main curriculum base for all of our entrepreneurs who are coming into learning more about entrepreneurship at ENI. So we're located at 55 Park Place. On the second floor, we have workshops, we have several classes that we offer as well. I see a lot of familiar faces that come in and out. We have a blockchain lab. We have a student, a entrepreneur president that's also there to help you along the way. You okay? Okay. Like I said, Jackie will be here this afternoon to give more of a formal presentation.
Thank you so much. And then we also have one of our students who's portfolio advisor here. What's it called?
Portfolio student ambassador.
Ambassador. So he'll give, what time is they going to be back here? At 3 o'clock?
I think so, yeah.
I think 3 o'clock they'll be back here.
We're doing commercials.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, welcome everyone to launch, as George has said, today at 12 o'clock. Of course, everyone's extended. The invitation is extended for everyone to stay all day long. Just want to let you know that at 12 o'clock, our lunch and learn for today is Health and the Entrepreneur, a Strained Relationship. Our launch member, one of our premier launch members, Leslie Williams, is in the corner preparing diligently, who is an exercise science major working on his master's. Is going to talk about the relationship between your business health and your personal health. We always hear about how entrepreneurship is a grind, and you have to grind and you got to do whatever it takes, but what effect is that having? What effect on doing whatever it takes to make your business successful? What is that having on your health, your personal health? So hope you'll stay and join us for the lunch and learn.
Yes, we do. We have lunch too. So today we're going to feed you all day. All right. And also we just put our order in. All right. Hey. And also we just ordered at 3 o'clock. I think we have Corbell. We're going to get some Kenley wings. Kenley wings are coming. Kenley wings and fruit and cheese. So this is a really good event. All right. And so today, I think around, I forgot what time. Look at the schedule. All right. We're going to have a portfolio and how to get your resume together and how to start connecting with other Georgia State opportunities. And you'll be here back at that time or no?
My class.
All right. All right. Let's go ahead.
Cool. Okay. My name is Jacob Simpson. Again, so I'm a sophomore here, working on a managerial science major, but I also work at Career Service and I'm part of the student staff team. My title is a Portfolio Student Ambassador, so sound like most of you guys aren't using Portfolio. So what Portfolio is, it's a digital platform that helps you showcase your skills in projects that you work on in class. The mission of it is to connect your social, your personal, and your educational life. So we really want you, all students, faculty, anybody can be on there and just be showing what you do in college. So that's what a spill is. A short spill will be coming later today at like 3 o'clock, just to give you a more in-depth rundown with it. But so as a Portfolio Student Ambassador, usually me or someone else on the team are at Career Services, and we're always here just to help you guys out. Our office hours are 11 to 3, Tuesdays and Thursdays. If y'all know what Career Services is, y'all know what Career Services is? Yeah. Cool. So it's room 270. It's above Chick-fil-A. Y'all can check it out. And we're always there to help you make a portfolio, how to use Portfolio. Anything you might have questions about. It doesn't have to be Portfolio related. It can be just Career Services related. Y'all come check us out. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys.
As he rolls away. Yep.
So I also wanted to, since everybody was doing commercials, in CETO we also offer technology education courses. So if you need like PowerPoint, Excel, there's different levels and such, you can go to our website. We often do also like Java and Python workshops as well. Next fall we'll be launching into a new initiative through our Teen Learning Community Development in partnership with eSports to create it's an academy. We haven't settled on the name, but we're close. And it's something like Gaming Industries Talent Academy. So we're going to have 3 different tracks for players, coaches, and also the streaming broadcasting part of eSports, which is a whole new developing career path for people. So in front of the camera as well as behind the camera, we'll be producing those classes or workshops out of CETO through our technology education program in partnership with our eSports team and coaches and leadership. Is there anything else with Tech Feed that we've got? We'll be investing in a whole bunch of student media equipment in partnership with CMII as well as CETO to help them expand students' usage of CMII. Oh, yeah, and that thing too. And then I'm partnering with GSU TV to develop a television show called Young Bites, BYTES, to really look at the intersection of youth, culture, and technology. So we'll be featuring a number of different GSU students. So we're always looking for students who are doing cool stuff. And then we'll sort of start at GSU, we'll sort of branch out to Atlanta and like what's happening in Atlanta in that, whatever that topic is, or we say esports. We'll start with somebody on the team. We'll look at what esports landscape looks like in Atlanta as well as Georgia. And so GSU TV is doing some incredible production. So I'm really excited to partner with them on that.